Hey, thanks for coming on. Sorry for being late. I'm trying to get things organized and set up with the mat and the camera up here so you can see me build. It's not the best quality I've already found, so let's just bear with me. Hopefully everything turns out better than what it is right now. I'm having a hard time letting it focus, so hopefully it just stays like that and we can continue on today and start building. That is the plan. So I'm just going to arrange my mat because arranging the camera right now is a pain in the ass. Now if you want to come in today, I can bring you in on the stream. Just give me a shout on the chat and I will send you the link. Okay. Thanks for tuning in. I set up my Patreon today, so that is going to be going. I'll be sending a link in the chat later on about my Patreon. Right now I'm kind of busy, so I'll just wait for that. It's put in a couple of my last few videos, So if you look in the description of my past videos, you'll see the link to my Patreon. Every little bit helps. And then I've got some perks there too as well. So finally got some stickers on order. And a couple other cool features that are going to be around. Be doing live streams with people helping do their builds on request. And all kinds of cool stuff like that. So feel free to check that out. Right on, dude. Thanks for stopping in, Night Train. I've got the Zoom open if you guys want to come in and hang out, but basically just going to be sitting here building today, doing some repairs. Nothing too crazy. Not too sure how long I'll be on today, but I didn't see anybody else on today, so I figured, what the hell. If I'm going to do this, I might as well do it live and chat with people if they're on. Went and visited my cousin Night Train there at Mike. I visited my cousin over in about a 2-hour drive from my place, and went and flew some packs. And I don't know if you've seen on my Facebook, helped one of my buddies get his glider out of the tree. We stopped and got some weed and stuff like that too. It was a pretty good deal. Went for a bit of a hike too. It was nice. Beautiful day out yesterday. The one thing I don't like about this is there's not very many pads. basically just resetting this entire quad up again, because I had issues with the motors, which I thought was the first problem, and then I realized it wasn't the motors by replacing the other motor with a brand new one, and finding out the motor still wasn't spinning. So I went to step 2, thinking that I needed new ESC. And I decided today, before I actually decided to go out and buy a new ESC for it, I would take it apart, put it back together, and lo and behold, it seemed like maybe it was actually just the harness that came out for one of the motors. So that's what happened. There's a loose connection. So that's my advice to any drone pilot out there, especially newbies or advanced, is before you buy a new part, just try all the variables. Save yourself a lot of money, a lot of headache. This hobby is infamous for having all kinds of weird things going on with it. You never know what it can be. And then once you get to it, you're like, fuck, I spent so much money trying to figure out one little problem when the problem wasn't that big of a deal. Yeah, these 20 by 20 without very many UARTs is super annoying. I have to use even the ground and power pads. I have to like double up on this one. I mean, there are other ways you can wire up this shit by you know, connecting your camera and your VTX to the same kind of shit. But I don't really like doing that. And this is a really bad fucking wire. I'm not sure if you guys can hear the music in the background on my radio, but I'm really not too worried about the stream getting monetized or nothing. Fuck. This pad just does not want to fucking solder at all. Hard time with this one. I'm gonna cut this one down. Where are my cutters? The cutters are under here. I need to be able to solder these wires better. These tiny little wires suck for soldering. I hate them so much. They never take solder as well as the big little wire does. Lying in bed like Ryan Wilson. Beautiful day out there, guys. Hope you get some rays. Hang out at the beach, do whatever you gotta do. enjoy your day today. Because it's a nice one out there for here in my area. But I'm a couple hours away from a 3D print being done, so I don't want to take off and then waste more day today, because I already spent a lot of my day yesterday out and about. So trying to get R2D2 done as quickly as I can, but still kind of have an active social life. Can be tough. That's what I'm doing. That's dangerous. Let's see if I can flip this over. Yep. There's the Zoom link again, in case anybody wants to stop in, chop in, hop in, plop in, ring a ding a ding ding. Okay. I just need to put some on here. My current. And then I can start assembling after I solder this wire on.
NHL news, you may have caught this. The Vancouver Canucks announced that our city no longer in the running to be a hub city. The NHL still looking for two cities to host the playoffs. BC Premier John Morgan says if we could have been an NHL hub city this summer, it would have given a decent boost to the tourism sector.
This is what I'm fixing.
You know what? Morgan wrapped up by saying,
So this little guy, I had some issues with it. This wire actually came out of my flight controller just a little bit, just enough for one of the wires for one of the motor pads not to work. So that was my issue. I can't believe it, but I checked it and it was the issue. Above the river. Bum, 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 bum. So this is the iFlight, I think it's called the IX2 version 2 or something like that. So this is the 2.5 version iFlight. And I've had it for quite a while, crashed it quite a bit. Had a lot of fun with this thing. And yeah, knock on wood, I haven't actually had to replace anything yet. And I really thought that last crash that I took with it sent it, but it seems to be fine. The only way to check is to set it back up and give her a try, and hopefully she flies. I'm pretty sure she will, which is awesome. I need less quads on the workbench. Take me up from me, you get home. Tonight, some baby, tonight, some baby, tonight, some baby, tonight, some. Sleeping like a log. Now I know a lot of builders, they like to, do as little as possible for attaching these controllers. I know a lot of people that actually just use like 2 standoffs on these tiny little builds because the weight and everything is not a big deal, and the strength of them, and blah 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 blah. But I like to use all four. I like to make sure that she is solid. I'm not caring about weight as much because if I did, then I would just use smaller batteries. But I use batteries like a 450 and a 525, I believe, on this one. And she runs great. So, stick that in your popsicle stick. So this is my camera. I don't need that anymore. I need these, so I need some screws for that. So let's see here, what do I got to play with? I need I think last time I put it on the lower one. And then I had more. No, I don't think I can. I think I have to put it on there. It's kind of weird. You going flying today, Night Train, or what's up with you today? Do anything cool? You going on a hack? You gonna go blow some shit up? What you up to today? I think it's too nice of a day for people to be on live streams or like watching YouTube videos today, maybe. Remember? Oh, wait a second here. Yeah, I got it right. Sometimes you put these on backwards and you're like, crap, I put them on the wrong way. This piece here is kind of in the way for this piece to sit there properly. So I may have to turn this around actually. It doesn't seem like it's going to work as well as I want it to because of how much room it has to move. Oh, there we go. Never mind. Never mind. Ooh, the sun just came out. Get the power for an affordable iPhone SE with 8 gigs of fast LTE data for only $65 a month from Freedom. Yeah, I was gonna go fly today too, but I figured I want to get more quads flying than just like one or two of them. I really have just my one 5-inch and my Mobula 6 built right now. My Mobula 7 is running, but it's not super great for acro flying. It's more for just like getting some nice good still footage. So yeah, you have to wait on that one, I guess. This one will be built, and then I'll have a bigger excuse to go flying in the city here, because pretty much fly this almost anywhere in the city. That's the best part about these little guys. I don't have to worry about them. So last time I had this, I had it coming out the front, all goofy like, but I kind of want to put it out the back this time. The problem is, I don't think I have. Yeah, I may have those too. I was going to put a new VTX on here, but I figured this one is like an entire full speed. I kind of want to keep it full speed, so I have no problems with them. They've actually been pretty good for the amount of abuse that it's taken, so I'm just going to leave it. We'll fix what's not broken. That's going to be way better. I like that way better now. Okay. Those aren't the bolts that I was using. What ones was I using before? Some longer ones. You ain't no easy way out. Trying to pick some ones that haven't been used a lot. I have so many hardware here. Some of them still have the Loctite on them, which is nice. Use those ones up pretty much first, and then I can go around and go back through these and re-Loctite the ones that aren't Loctited, because I've got some extra. And I'm telling you now, it's fucking so much better to have them on Loctite than not. Especially these little guys. I don't know what's wrong with these little guys in this build. They must have got stripped, because these little ones don't even really hold in there. You have to use these guys. So I'm getting low on those style screws. I might have to go to the store and pick some of those ones up. I bought a variety pack at one point, but you really don't know. You're going to use up a lot of one size in builds when you buy those big variety packs. So I don't really recommend it. Maybe as your first pack, but you're going to end up using a lot of waste. Still do that, I guess. Stupid package. Ah, such a mess. Yep, the whole package of zip ties just came out of my package. Yeah, my goggles are VR goggles. VR goggles? I don't know what you mean. VR goggles. I use the Eachine EV100s, I believe they are, or something. Welcome, Siadi. Appreciate you coming in and hanging out. I just spilt all kinds of crap all over my desk. How high does it go? Definitely goes high. I've been flying this thing for quite a while. I just had to rebuild it because I had one of the wiring harnesses come loose from my ESE to my flight controller, and the way I was flying it aggressively and everything, I thought I blew a motor. So I bought a new motor, replaced it, and realized it wasn't the motor. It might be the ESE. So I stripped it, took it apart, resoldered some stuff, and realized I think maybe it was actually just the harness. Today I decided that. I was like, oh, I'm going to check that. So I plugged everything back in, set everything back up again before I rebuilt it, just having all the components loose, and realized, yeah, it was the harness. So I went into BL Heli after I set it up, plugged in the battery, and yeah, everything worked normally. So I could have spent many dollars trying to figure out the issue, but the best thing to do that I've learned already is take your time, check all the stupid little things, and then decide that maybe you should need to buy a new part for it last, not first. Because sometimes it's not what's necessary buying something new. It's just fixing a connection. figure out which length again to use because I put them all back. I don't think this one is long enough. Might work. I don't think so though. I think it's still too small. Nope, that works. Nope, doesn't work. Just too short. Got to the thread, but only the first one. Thanks, Blind Neil. Good to see you, man. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, all that cool shit. Thank you very much for coming on and hanging out. I set up my Patreon today, so that is fully going. If you guys want to jump on that, you don't have to. But every little bit helps. I've got an entire case of props to go through now that I've been collecting some stuff from you guys. Ciati, thanks a lot for the props and the camera. Not sure when I'll use the camera, but I'm gonna definitely think about putting it into a build pretty soonish. Let's see what I got here. So that one looks beauty. That one's been used and abused. Enough is enough. I need to separate these into clockwise and counterclockwise props one day. I kind of like them all having in one bag, but then you don't really know what you have for left and rights. Sometimes you go through a lot of one side and one of the other, depending on your flight characteristics, I guess. Oh, shooty. Yeah, it's hard to film with a chest when you can't see what you're getting. You kind of have to play it. I find bringing out a laptop is definitely helpful when you're doing those kind of edits and stuff. Or else you kind of risk that, not really sure if you got the shot that you wanted or not. It can be super annoying. I set up Patreon today, so that is going to be in effect. I've put it in the description some of my latest videos. I will try and do my best to put it in the chat soon, if I can remember the link. Actually, the link is pretty easy. patreon.com/offaxesfpv. Should be pretty easy to find. Set up some levels and set up some tiers, what you call them. So I'll be getting some stickers out to people who join my Patreon at a certain level. I'll be doing live stream help desk type stuff with people if they want. All kinds of good stuff. I guess I should probably charge some batteries for this little guy so I can give her a test flight. I'll do that really soon. I'm gonna put these last pieces together here, the last prop on, and then I am going to charge a battery or 3. That's all I have right now. Oh no, actually I have about 5 batteries, 3S for this little guy. Run really nice on it. I got some Team Black Sheep ones, and I've got some GNB batteries as well for this guy. I really like the GNBs for the micro. I'm not sure what you guys use for micros as much, but I started off with Tattoo because that was what was given to me, and I've been flying Tattoo ever since I started this FPV craze in my life. But I'm definitely interested to hear what you guys use. If you guys use something different or have some recommendations. I definitely don't like spending top dollar for batteries or for parts really, but when it comes down to the VTX, I like TBS. Cameras, I really like using Caddx. For motors right now, I really like these Xings. They're notchy as all hell, but I've never had a problem with them fighting acro or stability, which I do both because I believe that there is a world for both to enjoy this hobby. Find a lot of people give a hard time to people that, actually no, I don't need that one. I was going to hold this in better, but I don't think I need to as well. I think it'll be okay. You know what? I'm going to do it just because if I don't, that's when something's going to happen. Always. So how can I do that? No, I like that a lot better. Sweet. Alright. Well, I'm going to roll up a quick joint now and then, yeah, charge up these batteries. It'll be 1 second, I'll be right back.
Thank you, Paul. Rock 101, Vancouver. Greatest hits. Thanks for tuning in this afternoon. I'm Craig. Music from BTO standing by. Randy Bachman, we all know. Fantastic songwriter, musically and lyrically, but also one of the great Canadian storytellers. Here is Randy relaying a story about one of his earliest rock experiences.
As a kid, I was playing hockey from school with 3 guys in a car, driving to Fargo.
Alright, I'm back. Thanks for hanging out, guys. So now that this one's done, I know I'll have a chance once I get a 16 FC for this little guy. This will be my next build. And this guy is a little bit troublesome because it was a different frame and everything. I forget the name of it. It was like a baby something, not the baby hog obviously, but something older. So this thing and a 16 stack on top of it, or not 16 stack on top of it, a 16 FC on top of it, with this little TPU mount that basically holds that down in place, and then the hardware for the 16 comes through these holes, and you can mount the flight controller properly, which is awesome, super awesome. It's very powerful ESC as well for this little guy. Yeah, so once I get a proper 16 flight controller, I can mount this, and yeah, I can't wait because this thing is going to be powerful, a lot of fun. Problem is the 16 FC that came with it, that my buddy hooked me up with, it didn't have the OSD on the FC, and I'm at the point where I don't even really want to fly anything that doesn't have an OSD on it. I know Ciotti had that issue too with another build that he was doing recently. Like, why? Like, what's the point? It's not, it's like so old. So anyway, this guy's gonna get rebuilt. I need a camera, which I've got. That's not a big deal. More or less, I just need a 16 stack type of flight controller on this. So that's one. My Shenzhou Squirt is slowly being built. I've attached the motor so far. Woo! So yeah, this is a work in progress. I'm not 100% sure exactly what components I'm going to put in here yet because I haven't bought them. Now Night Train has used a 20 stack. It does have mounting options for a 20 and a 30. But I am thinking I'm probably going to go 20 stack as well. I just want to get a really nice one with enough power to do 6S. But I'm still going to use 4S battery on it, which I've heard people saying when they get like a 6S build, putting a 4S on a 6S build actually gives it a lot quieter. And as everyone knows, with all these Cinewhoops, ducted Cinewhoops, they are loud, very, very loud. So I'm going to try and do everything I can. I might even upgrade the motors from these 1408 Mambas to something a little bit more powerful, and then still put, you know, the components on it that is needed for the Squirt, and hopefully that will make it quieter even. I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. This is my Mobila Beta FPV, so I call this the Mobeta. All it is a 75 Mobila 7 with a Diamond BTX and a Mobila Beta FPV camera, Nano, which is this one here. So yeah, this is kind of my favorite go-to FPV HD camera right now. I'm probably going to end up buying at least one more of them. The quality is amazing. Like if you look at any of my videos where I have this as, you know, as my drone that I flew in the video, you're gonna see that the color is amazing, like literally amazing. Like contrast, everything just looks beautiful. And I haven't touched anything in the setup of the camera. So, and I run a 2S300 on it, or a 450, whatever I've got laying around. I've only got a couple of 300s right now, but I've got a few more 450s laying around. But yeah, this is a little fun build. Then I got my Mobula 6. My Mobula 6, I've upgraded it to a different frame, but it's all the exact components from the Mobula 6. Yeah, same camera, same canopy, same controller, and I use a 260 to a 300 milliamp TBS batteries or GNBs. My GNBs I find actually last a lot longer, and you get better performance out of them, less battery sag as well. But yeah, love this Mobula 6. And then this is my Mobula 6. It's actually a Mobula 7 in a Mobula 65 frame, right? With the Mobula 7 canopy. It's basically everything from Mobula 7 except for 65 mil, and it's got the tiny, which I might have to replace and figure out something, because with 3-blade on these motors, which are 602s, sorry, 603 1800 kV, they really don't get much power or life to this thing. This thing is straight Betaflight, so I haven't done any Mockingbird to this, which I might do today. And I might change the motors out for 802s because I do have them, I believe, right here. So I'm not sure why I haven't done that yet. So I might do that today, actually. I might just change the motors out real quick, rebind it, reset it up, put Mockingbird on it, and have another one working, because this one right now doesn't really work too well. I mean, it does, but when you have that many drones and you only get like a 3-minute flight time out of this, not even 3 minutes. Pretty sure I was only getting like 2 minutes out of this thing. But with 603 motors or whatever they are, they don't have much power. I'm not even sure what you could even use 603 motors for, because, like I said, it just has nothing. And this isn't really that heavy. I mean, it is, but I don't know. I don't have a scale here, and without the batteries in both of them, yeah, the Mobula 6 is definitely feels a little lighter, but there's really not that much difference. I mean, okay, the camera, and there is a external RX on this one. They're both 1S. Well, this one has a camera and a VTX, so that adds some weight, that's for sure. And this one is a camera, with tiny camera, with a built-in VTX and RX, where this one is external RX and VTX. So that's something to think about. Never really thought about that until I actually started talking about it. So yeah, I'm gonna upgrade these motors later on today, and maybe I can have that one flying around too as well. So that'd be fun. I've also got this TBS tiny little nano VTX that I haven't set up yet, and I've been looking at it for like weeks. I kind of want to set it up soon, but I'm not sure which build to put it in. I may actually use it for this green guy. Probably going to put this in here, because as it stands, I've got wiring harness to go to my FC and just power wires from my ESC. So I'm going to need a flight controller. I've got my VTX, and then I can just use one of my, I believe I still have like a couple of those Nano 2s laying around. So I'll probably just use a Nano 2 camera, Runcam Nano 2, which I find are really nice. Compared to the Nano 3 camera, way better quality, way bigger image. So yeah, I'll probably use those components with an RX, which I have XM Plus here that I haven't used, and actually I believe it came from this build, so that's perfect. So camera, RX, VTX, canopy for the camera and all the jazz. The way it stands, I might actually even, instead of using the Nano camera, I might even just use this camera that Ciotti sent me, which is that's so heavy. So the problem with these things is they're so heavy. I really like them, but I don't really like them. I haven't checked this camera. This camera got kind of run over. I'm not sure if it still works because I don't think it got any damage done to it. But it might be poop. I gotta check that camera later today. I kind of want to build a couple things today while I'm here on the build desk today. One is a switch so that I can connect to an XT60. So when I do a bind on a bigger build, I can use the switch instead of plugging in the battery and trying to hold things and all this and that. Just something extra to build to have to do stuff with. That is also another thing I want to do is I'm going to find an ESC that maybe only has a couple pads working out of the 4, and I want to build a motor tester. So just one ESC working so that I can attach one motor and check some motors, because I've got a bunch of motors that I was given to me and I'm not really sure how many of them work. Maybe they all work, but it's a chance I gotta take right now, or I build a tester. So yeah, I don't even know why I'm putting this back over here, because technically right now I don't have a 16 FC that has OSD. So not like one of those other builders that leaves everything out on the desk like they're showing off their parts. Not really showing off parts, I'm just trying to figure out what I have so what I can use. Been collecting a lot of stuff. Like right here I've got this Batman LED thing for the Mobula that I haven't attached, but I'm not really sure I care to. I mean, it would be kind of cool, but not really on my top of my priority list right now. These wires all go with that thing. Need to put that back into a bag before I lose all that. So yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying the weather outside. I'm not staying too dragged in here just because I'm on, but thank you very much for coming and hanging out and seeing what I'm up to. Nothing too crazy going on. My leg for R2-D2 is coming along nicely. So this is his left leg. His ankle attaches to the bottom here as well. There's a couple more pieces that go on top and on the sides. But more or less this is part of his leg. So I'm actually really stoked. I got one more piece, which is the ankle piece, goes on the bottom here. That has the hinge mechanism for the ankle. So once that is printed, I can actually leave the house. Because I can set it on and print. Almost done. So yeah, roll up a joint real quick. Let me know what you guys are up to today. If you guys are got any crazy videos, or if you want to hop in on Zoom and hang out and chat for a bit, you're more than welcome to. I am just hanging out today, waiting for Prince to finish. Waiting for Prince to finish. It sounds like I said waiting for Prince to finish. Prince. Got to stay hydrated. Try to drink too much coffee. This coffee does not hydrate you. So you're gonna put a couple more things away on my desk here, as I am kind of done right now for building as much. I'm gonna test out to make sure that drone flies, and then I can relax a little bit more. Okay. I use a pipe. Hell, just easier and quicker. You know what, Blind Neil? I used to do the same thing. I've been smoking weed for about 30 years almost now. And after the amount of resin you get through pipes and through bongs and all that kind of stuff, it just kills your lungs. Same with the little vape pens. They just destroy your lungs after a while. That's one thing we do on this stream compared to other people's streams is smoke weed, hang out. If you don't like it, you don't have to be here. But I'm pretty sure any of you guys here that are on the chat and hanging out watching all smoke weed anyway. So in all reality, who really gives a shit? As long as you're happy, staying safe. Nobody here to tell you what to do.
So if you're a fan of basketball in particular, of course, the big league, the NBA, here's some good news today for you. The NBA and the Players Union have signed off on a deal to restart.
Let me know in the chat if you guys can hear that radio. I'll take it down a bit.
22 of the league's 30 teams.
But I'm pretty sure you probably can't hear it as much. Maybe you can hear it a little bit. But if it's bothering you, let me know. I'll turn it down. I kind of like having background music when I'm doing stuff, especially when I'm building, especially when nobody's in the chat talking, you know, like voice, not texting. So if you're in the Zoom and you want to hang out, you're more than welcome to. I'm just hanging out. I'm going to roll up a joint real quick, and then I'm going to do a quick flight in the house here. And I'll even put it on so that you guys can see the flight through a camera, or through a screen I should say, and you can see that it works. Thank you so much for hanging out. Super hearing. You're like the Daredevil. So like, because you're partially blind, your other senses are heightened. Is that maybe a thing, Blind Neil? Also, you should change your name from Blind Neil to Almost Blind Neil. Right? I mean, if you're blind, man, this would be really hard to watch YouTube videos. I don't know how you do it, but I commend you for being around, man. Tell you right now, if I couldn't see very well, I would have a hard time doing a lot of things in my life. Yep, still use one of those things to roll up my joints. I like perfectly rolled joints. I have a couple finger injuries from longboarding and skateboarding, so a couple of my fingers don't really flex the same way they used to. Lost a couple of those, what do you call it? You know, those things. Tendon. Cut the tendon off my finger a long time ago. Doctor said in 10 years it would maybe come back. Nope. Hey man, you're more than welcome to come in. I just put the Zoom in the chat there for you. What the fuck was that? Right on, right on, right on. Right on. I just had a couple invites to a couple of the PV guys around the areas. Maybe we'll get some people in to hang out and chat for a bit. Maybe not. That's okay too. If we don't get too many people hanging out, I'm gonna be closing the stream down in the next half hour or so anyway. Just gonna do a quick flight test on this little build that I just refixed. Ooh, give me a love away every day. Been on for about an hour now, I think. If you guys got anything you want to talk about, I guess it's just me and Blind Neil right now. There he is. Well, hello, hello.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, man. How you doing?
Hey, pretty good. Just
Awesome.
checking to see if everything's working here.
Yeah.
I'm on my phone, so it makes it a little bit different.
Yeah, that's what my
A little
build
bit of a
mat is.
clearer picture.
My build mat is my phone right now, actually. If you rotate your phone, you can get a letterbox instead of portrait view, but don't matter either way. Whammy.
There we go.
Just
Yeah, I'm
quickly.
still getting used to the stupid Samsung.
Oh yeah. Especially Zoom
But yeah,
too.
I've been legally blind most of my life.
Oh, okay.
I was diagnosed when I was like 15. Told I'd be fully blind by the age of 20.
Wow, eh? And you killed
Kind
that
of blew
record
up my
already.
world on me.
Interesting.
Definitely couldn't do the work I wanted to do.
What did you do for work?
Just about anything I could find. A lot of under the table work,
Yeah.
literally all over Canada.
Right. Crazy.
Did tree planting in the late '80s, early '90s.
Wow.
That was fun.
Yeah, right. Tree planting is quite the quite the job.
It's definitely not a job for everybody. That's
No,
for sure.
no.
I love nature, so it was great.
Yeah, exactly, and that's the people it's for, right? People who want to be outside. I love doing that. I wanted to be like a park ranger when I was growing up, but that never took off either.
Yeah, I was training to be a forest ranger, and I was just getting ready to get my 365 back in the it was 87,
Wow.
86, 87. I was getting my 365, and then they noticed that I was going blind then.
Oh, I see.
And at that time, I had already lost 20% of my vision, 20% of my peripheral vision.
Wow. And you,
So the only way I could drive was if I had a licensed driver in the car with me,
right? Yeah, for safety
which
reasons.
kind of negates the reason of having a damn license in the first place.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. So you fly drones then too, obviously, right?
Well, Carpenter Rick was talking about trying to get me a drone.
Oh, okay.
He's got I think he said a Tello
Yeah, yeah.
that
DJI
he
Tello.
wants to give me.
Yeah, people want to get rid of those things. They're like the toy of DJI. They're nice, but they're like once you get more into the hobby, you're like, oh man, I want something real. But they're fun.
Well, for me, it'd be something to be able to at least fly straight up from the parking lot and be able to catch sunsets, that type of thing.
Yeah.
And also be able to show people like how much nature is like. I'm right in the woods here.
Oh, really? Whereabouts are you?
I'm in Elliott Lake. That's halfway between Sudbury and Sault Ste. Marie in Ontario.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I know Elliott Lake. That rang a bell as soon as you said it. I was like, wait a second, you're in Ontario? Awesome.
Yep, tiny little town.
Yeah, I grew up in Cambridge, Waterloo area, Kitchener, Waterloo area. Had a cottage up in like near Huntsville, kind of actually. I had family in Sudbury. Traveled a lot of Ontario. I used to drive truck in Ontario.
Cool, cool. You've definitely gotten around too, then.
Oh yeah. I'm a Pisces. I like to move. I like change.
I'm an Aries. I'm just hard-headed.
Yeah, well, me too. So yeah, I figured I really changes your life.
Here's my pipe. I've had
Oh
the
we.
bowl for about. I've had the little bowl here. It's an actual metal bowl under the tinfoil.
Oh yeah.
I've had that for about shit 25, 30 years now.
Yeah, she looks like she's been used.
And well, the bottle, it's I don't know if you recognize it.
Looks like
Diana
a.
barbecue sauce.
Oh, is that what it is? Funny.
It works. It's a chamber.
Yep. You get the odd people who are like, man, don't smoke out of plastic, blah, blah, blah. It's like, you're actually not smoking the plastic because you're not heating up the plastic, you fucking idiots.
Yeah, like exactly. It's just the friggin' metal bowl that's getting heated up.
Yeah. So yeah, putting these little 802 motors on instead of those 603 motors so that this thing will run better. Not that I needed another tiny whoop to fly around, but
So what got you into building drones?
having to. I got into
Oh yeah,
flying
that would do
drones
it, I guess.
DJI, and I really liked the cinematic thing. And my buddy, one of my buddies, was into the FPV before me, and I kind of looked at it, was like, yeah, that's kooky shit. I don't want to be involved. Like, and it was
And
always like
here's
him
my
telling me about how many times he's like had troubles with it and stuff. It just really didn't turn me on.
here's my bong.
Nice.
It's what's it called? It's the top puff. You can literally screw it onto just about any bottle.
Oh yeah.
The stem is a glass stem all the way in.
Oh, perfect.
Glass stem, glass bowl.
Perfect.
All one piece. It's beautiful.
Nice.
I got it on Wish for like $5. Free delivery. And it actually got here in less than a month.
Nice. That's handy.
For a while there, Wish wouldn't friggin' deliver to me.
Really?
Every time I ordered from them, it took so long for the shit to get to me that they ended up giving me refunds
Oh wow.
for like 95% of the stuff I ordered.
Jeez, eh? It's not a bad deal then.
Lots and lots of free stuff.
That's right.
Nothing wrong with free
If you're
stuff.
patient and you actually just like to give them shit about it, yeah, you probably get off with a bunch of stuff.
Get fresh blood in there.
Pretty chill day today. I think it's too nice out for people to be on the live stream or something. There ain't too anybody that came on today. It's kind of weird.
There we go.
Fuck yeah.
Legal.
Yeah, exactly.
Friggin' love it.
And that's the best part nowadays. Like, no one can give a shit because it's legal.
Like, I'm literally ordering it right from the friggin' OCS, the Ontario Cannabis Store.
That's right. People need to realize it's not bad for you just because, you know, it's different looking than other types of things in the world. Just, you have to open up your mind and understand before you criticize.
Well, it's because of this stuff that I still have some vision left.
That's right.
It slowed down the progression of the RP, the retinitis pigmentosa, by 75% almost.
Wow, eh? That's huge.
Oh, like I said, they were expecting me to be fully blind by the age of 20. And I'm 49 now, and I still got a little bit of sight left.
Mm-hmm. So that brings me
So
back to the
something's
drone
working.
thing. So how is it for you? Like, have you put on goggles yet?
I haven't tried goggles. The only thing I've done with any type of drone is just the screen,
Right. Which a lot of people with
and
glasses
it's
do
like
anyway.
inside stuff because I can't see my damn screen outside. My eye just won't focus.
Right, because of the sunlight and stuff.
Yeah,
Interesting.
but I'm thinking that if I did use the goggles and just kind of shrunk the screen down just to the one side to my good eye,
Mm.
I could probably do pretty good with that
Right.
if it would work.
Yeah, that would be something you'd have to customize in the goggle itself. That'd be kind of cool to figure out. I'm sure if you have the
But
right
yeah,
person helping.
there's so much nature up here. It'd be wonderful to be able to fly a drone.
Yeah, you're telling me, man. BC is the same thing. It's so beautiful over here.
Oh, it was when I was doing tree planting that I met one of the, well, I shouldn't say met, but I seen one of those big hairy things. Just put it that way. Yeah, good, easy enough to say.
Yeah. I'm sure there's lots of people living in the bush nowadays.
Oh yeah. Well, if I had good eyes, I'd be friggin' 100 miles in the bush. Screw living in society. Live off the land.
Yeah, get back to nature, right?
Well, if like I was saying, I was working to be a forest ranger. I wanted to be out in one of those towers spotting fires,
Yeah, man.
out in the middle of buttfuck nowhere.
Yep, totally.
Take me in
Self-sustained.
by a helicopter, drop me off. I'm good for the next 6 months.
Yeah, totally. I'm wondering if I should put these 3 blades on this thing or just keep it, put 4 blade on it. Problem is this thing's heavy. It might need a 4 blader just to get it more punch. Decisions, decisions, decisions. Wrong way. What is up? Rigor mortis. What is up? Cyber Eyes. Just plug in RX. That would be rad.
Hello, rigor mortis.
That would
Hello,
be
runway.
rad. That would be rad. So, I think I'm gonna go 4 blade on this sucker. Got the 31mm blades.
I'm just waiting for science to actually get me some robotic eyes.
That'd be fun. Science.
They're getting there. They are getting there. There's a few companies that are working on it.
Yeah, I bet. It would have to be, right?
There's one company called Argus that they're already putting in a chip into the back of the eye with a camera.
Yep.
And it takes the pictures, sends it to a little computer bank on your head, and then into your head.
Wow, that'd be nuts. So you guys in the chat, if you guys have any use for 603 motors, I believe they're 1600 kilovolts. Let me check that. Yeah, 603, 1900 kilovolts. If you have any use for them, hit me up in the chat, and you may get a gift. I don't use them. I've been trying to use them, but I don't have anything I want to use them for. I'm getting sick of collecting parts.
See if I can move shit without dropping it. looks a little bit more natural when I'm looking at the chat.
Yeah, I've got like two monitors going, so I'm looking at the chat, looking at you, looking at my build. Rigor Mortis, if you want in Zoom, I can invite you in there, man. You can come hang out and chat with us if you want. It'd be cool to hang out and talk to you in real time, but you don't have to.
Jeez, this light makes me look horrible.
That's a nice shirt you're wearing.
Oh yeah, I got a. This one was given to me. I got a bunch of Doctor Who T-shirts. I got one from the Horror Box, one of those mystery box things.
Oh, cool.
I found out that there was a Stephen King box coming out, so I managed to grab it.
Wow, cool.
And it had a T-shirt in there with like a lot of the older, or not the older, but like had Freddy, Jason, like all the 80s monsters.
Right. Awesome. That's sweet. I seen that package somewhere, and then I was like, yeah, that'd be sweet to get. And then I was like, oh yeah, shit.
Yeah, I thought it was a great deal and everything until the conversion.
Oh yeah, true, right?
Friggin' $35 box, $70.
Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, that's the thing about those boxes. They need to come up with like Canadian versions of stuff like that. Okay.
Well, that's the weird thing. Even a lot of the Canadian companies selling shit, it's in American.
Yeah. Because
Like,
the parts come from there.
What the hell?
Because the parts are coming from there.
Oh, there's one of the mystery boxes that is a Canadian mystery box.
Oh, really? But they're
and
sending it
it's
to the
in
States?
American.
Ah.
And it's like, that's not cool, dudes.
No, that's ridiculous. Not cool at all. I stole these little containers that held milling inserts and lathe inserts, so I use these as my boxes to hold all these tiny little screws and everything.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah. Oops. Over there. I'm a little bit of a clean freak, I guess, because my mat never stays dirty. But I also don't leave it sitting out like this all the time, so I like to fold it up and put it away when I'm done with it.
Yeah. Yeah, that mat is friggin' awesome, man.
Yeah.
I would have loved to have had one of those when I was a kid.
And like there's magnetic spots and stuff along it. There's a magnet here, here. I don't know if you can see it on my screen actually. Nope.
Like I was into doing into electronics, building like little radios, all that type of stuff.
Oh, cool.
My mom had me a subscription to Popular Science magazine. I don't know if you remember that from years and years ago.
Definitely.
But yeah, I order up things out of that, do them. And then I got into chemistry. That was dangerous. Those little things, when you mix them together right, you can make some pretty powerful stuff.
Yeah, you sure can. You sure can. Just checking a couple things on the Facebook and crap.
It was actually my mother, though, that taught me how to make smoke bombs.
Really? Isn't that funny?
Potassium nitrate and icing sugar. You mix them half and half, add a little bit of flame, makes a smoke bomb. Guess I'm a bit of an anarchist too. Gotta be this day and age.
Alright, so this one's built again. I'm gonna probably... Maybe I should plug the motors in for one. Number two, I'm gonna bind it to my radio, make sure that it still works. Actually, I'm gonna plug it into beta flight first. That's what I'll do. I gotta make sure all the motors are spinning the right way. These little guys don't need a battery attached to plug it in to get the motors working, because all it takes is USB power, 5 volt. It's only a 1S. So I can just try it out on beta flight, make sure the motors are spinning right. All the setups still the same that I want. Maybe even put Project Mockingbird on it, Emu Flight, and GSE on it. Actually, I'll probably just do that right away for beta flight.
I wish I would have gotten into building those things when I was younger. When I had better eyes, that would have been a blast.
Yeah, man. Too bad there's no way you can get like some kind of magnifying glass or something, or some kind of glasses that like you can see better. That'd be wicked.
Well, it's because of the way that the cells are dying in my eyes. It's the light receptive cones and rods at the back of the eye,
right,
that make up the optic nerve, or not the optic nerve, the retina. And that's just been slowly dying from, well, they noticed it when I was 15, but it would have been going since pretty well I was born.
right.
It's some type of weird genetic thing. It can be linked to up to 65 different genes.
Wow.
Which, yeah, that's pretty mind-blowing.
Yeah,
that's a lot of genes.
Yeah, man, that's ridiculous.
And it could be a flaw in any one of those 65 genes that is causing it.
That's nuts. That's insanity. They just don't have a clue.
Yeah, that's pretty well it. The first documented cases of retinitis pigmentosa, I believe, was like 1850. But then they didn't really start noticing it in population again until the mid 70s.
Okay. Wow.
And so, like, when they first noticed it on me, the test for it was barbaric. They basically put an electrode on my head and then put like this tinfoil crap on my eyes and then gave it little charges. And the way that the electricity flows through, they could tell like something was wrong,
Right.
or however it is. But yeah, it's crazy. Now they got all this gene testing and shit. It makes it so much easier. There's actually a large community of blind people on YouTube.
Yep, there is. There's a big community, and I think a lot of stuff, it's just once you finally break into something and really kind of, get your feet wet, as you say, you really see a lot more stuff come out. Because YouTube's huge. I mean, not even just YouTube, but like the online platforms and stuff are just getting massive, especially because of everybody stuck indoors or out at work and stuff, right? A lot of people are.
Well, one of the jokes I keep making is now everybody knows how us blind people feel.
Yeah. Yeah.
You want to go out, but you can't. You're not allowed.
Right. Yeah. Time to plug it in.
Yeah, I don't even know how I found all you guys.
Yeah, right.
But it's like, geez, you guys are all awesome.
Well, you're pretty awesome too, man. My girlfriend is not
Excuse
supportive.
me. Weed, not COVID.
Disconnect. Go beta flight.
But yeah, you could set up, I think it's called Stream Elements, to actually put up your link every like 5 minutes or 10 minutes.
Oh, neat. I didn't know that. So I'm looking at.
You can have a broadcast, I think 2 or 3 different messages.
Nice. Yeah, I don't really do the live streams as much.
Well, I haven't done any. I'm just going by what I've learned from other people.
Yeah, totally. I haven't gotten too far deep into any of that stuff yet. I'm gonna have to sooner or later, but
Well, yeah, now that you got Patreon and all that stuff going, you want to be able to broadcast it without having to type it in or post it in every time.
that's right.
But yeah, basically, I'm seeing just through a very small tube. I have about maybe 1 degree of peripheral vision left.
Wow, eh? I really don't think this is the right one. It does say Omni, so it is probably Omnibus.
So I came across this really neat channel last night. This guy doesn't seem to be like a master puppeteer or a CGI expert or nothing. But he's got these videos of, for the lack of word, pixies and fairies.
Okay.
And it's like, what the hell? Like, I know there's strange things out there, but for people to actually be catching them on camera that clearly, it's just kind of mind-blowing these days.
Yeah, that's for sure. Stop ESC. Sorry, I'm just gonna go through this and kind of maybe pay attention more to this right now. Once these quads are plugged in, you kind of have to give her hell real quick and don't let it heat up too much. What would I call this guy? Gonna have to go back in here, but I want to set up the majority of the things. Let's see here. Oh no! Okay, good. It was gonna work for a minute. I need battery average. No, I don't need average because it's only a 1S build. I need battery voltage. I need my craft name. I want disarmed. I want my fly mode. I want RSSI value. PID log, BTX channel. Should always have that in your display. Unless you don't want it, but I mean, I think it's a great idea. I don't think I need anything else on my little 1S. Save. Let's get rid of some of this stuff. Save. Disconnect. Alright, we're back. Let this thing cool down for a minute. I'm going to rethink a couple things. Because that's just beta flight, and I really want to go from beta flight to emu flight on it. So now that I've got that set to a proper higher firmware on it, because it was on a very low firmware, now I can upgrade it to emu flight now that it's upgraded in beta flight. Kind of a pain in the ass.
It's a pain in the ass, but you must love it because you keep doing it.
I love it, and I hate it at the same time. I don't hate it, but I mean, it's just sometimes it gets really, really a pain in the butt because right now I have to remember which UARTs are being used for what and all that kind of goodness. So I'll have to play around with a couple things now that it's partially set up. But it should be fine. I do have to take the canopy off because I do have to bind it, which is this little yellow thing inside there that you might be able to see. So that's
okay.
my RX in there. So there's a little tiny button in there I have to press down.
Yeah, I was watching Val bind hers.
Mm-hmm.
And she nailed it.
Yep. Yeah, it's actually not too bad to do. I mean, I think it's a lot easier.
The way that Lewis was talking, I was thinking like, oh, she might end up missing it or slipping, that type thing. But nope, she nailed it.
Yeah,
she's been nailing everything.
Like a lot of women have like good nails, and I think that's a big key thing because it's such a small little button, and it doesn't take much.
They got thinner fingers too.
Yeah, and like you really need to like, yeah, it's just like it's a really detailed type of maneuver, especially doing it with one hand. I like to use like the little helping hands to hold it down and then plug in the battery because it kind of takes two hands to plug in the battery.
Yeah, I think she's been rocking that pretty good.
Yep.
She's learning pretty quick.
Totally. Okay, I think that is UART 1. And I think this is actually maybe still bound to my radio. Maybe I should just plug it in first and see. I won't get any of that reading. Let's see here. Oh, so it is still bound to my radio. Okay. Connect. So I think it is on UR1. I can't tell because these pads aren't marked as well as they could be. I think let's try that, and then let's try this. Save and reboot. But beta flat, this is the hardest part. Ah, there it is. I found it. So, 04 is my 04 is my aux channel. Let's see, ports. So I think this is still right. Save and boot. Connect. Configuration. Power and battery. 22. Save. Receiver. Roads. Arm. Turn this that way. Angle. This one. Deeper. Is this one here, and flip over after crash. This one is this one. Flip over after crash. Save. Item unused. Save it again. Why not, right? The more you save, the better.
There you go.
Let's check these motors. Number 1, are you the right one?
We learned to save because of video games.
Motor 1 is not working.
Save and save often.
Motor 2 is not working. Motor 3 is not working. Motor 4 is not working. Sweet, these motors might not be working. Disconnect. Okay, that's step 1. Step 2 is BL Heli, which controls all the ESC stuff. So if this sucker won't read the ESCs, then these motors might be cooked, or something might be wrong. open up. I don't think I need to plug the battery in. Connection failed. Ensure that you stuck to the correct port or restart your device. Huh. It's weird, never had that issue before. There we go. Yeah, it's not even wanting to read the setup. Something's wrong. Maybe I do need power to the ESCs. We got a 1S battery. It shouldn't be though. Maybe it is. Yep, that was the problem. Okay. So, right now, I'm going to disconnect. Go back into BL Heli. Go back into the motors tab. Make sure shit's running the proper way. That one works. Is it going the right way? I don't think so. Yes, it is. Number 2. Number 2 does not like to move. Something wrong with number 2. Same with 3. So it wants to move. There we go. 1 and 4 look nice, but what the heck's wrong with these ones? Okay, disconnect. Power off, power off. So now, I don't know if it's the motors, but I'm going to upgrade the firmware on the GESC and see if that changes anything. So, new flight. Yeah, this board is pretty old. I don't know if EMU Flight will even let me use it, so I'll have to check that out. Hopefully it will. Update firmware, choose the board, Omnibus. Yeah, it's only got one. Came out in 2019. Let's not do a full chip this time. Flash the firmware. Oh, these F3 boards have no telemetry or OSD menu. Ah, it's annoying. Ooh, there's a new EMU Flight configurator. Some help from above. Some help from above. You got any plans today, Neil? Just hanging out?
That's about it. Just relaxing. Went out for
Nice.
my walk earlier, did a recording.
Right. What are you using to record?
Oh, my phone.
Oh, right.
My phone on a chest strap. It's a pain.
Ooh, I gotta listen.
Like I'm paranoid to friggin' have the phone on the chest strap in the first place because it's just a cheap chest strap. Don't want to friggin' drop the phone. It's a Samsung.
Yeah, right.
The Samsung Galaxy 9.
Okay.
It's my first smartphone. I mainly got it just to help me because of being legally blind, almost not being able to see it. There's a lot of apps and things that can help me out.
Right. Yeah, totally.
One of them, which is really cool. Who knows? You might even be interested in being a volunteer. Is Be My Eyes.
Oh, yeah.
What it is basically if a blind person needs help, they use this app. It contacts somebody that is sighted, that volunteers, and they help them using their camera.
That's awesome. Feel free to put the link in the chat if you can.
Yeah, I'll
Get
see if
over
I
to
can.
it when I get a chance.
Yeah, I can't post links. You don't have me with a wrench.
Right. I think you can post it in the Zoom chat, and then I can post it in there, or I can just get in there and make you a moderator soon. But I'm almost done here. I think that's it. Disconnect. Okay. I don't even know how to even do these things, actually.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure it out.
Boom.
Did you get it?
I made you a moderator.
Cool. I'm just trying to find the site here. I use a computer most of the time. That should be on. This is on. Copy that. Tab.
Okay, I can download the newest version of Emu Flight right now. Got your link in the chat. Thank you so much.
Yep.
Man, it really is just me and you hanging out in the chat too, though.
Yeah, I think so.
I invited a couple of my buddies, but I think they're out and about doing stuff today. Plus, my phone just died. I don't know what happened there. It's like plugged in and stuff. It's weird. Oh, I didn't have it plugged in.
I noticed the first time I was on Zoom with Roger. After being on Zoom for a while, it started sucking the juice.
Yeah. Yeah, I can take that.
It's like I got it plugged in and it's still going down. It's like, what the hell? This thing's supposed to be a fast charger.
Get rid of this friggin' thing out of the face. back down to one camera so I can go back to gallery view now online. My hair looks great. It's spiking up.
I got a good view on my shirt. Damn.
Yeah, looks pretty badass. R9 loves you. Okay, so I'm not even sure that this thing is even gonna fly. It looks like 2 motors has pooped out on me. Grab some more batteries. I am starting to get hungry, so I'm probably gonna call it a quit soon, even if I don't get this moving on me.
Let's see if we can see that.
I guess I should have ate breakfast, but
I believe this is the monster shirt here.
yeah, that one's sick. That's a cool shirt, dude. Holy.
I got the Doctor. I have 3 different Doctor Who shirts. So I got the 50th year anniversary collector's edition. I've been a Doctor Who fan since like 1976, 77.
Awesome. I never really got into it.
I was into Doctor Who because of living in southern Ontario in the mid 70s to late 70s. We only got 3 channels.
That would do it.
And one of them had friggin' Doctor Who, so it was awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't have a choice when you have to grow up with only a few channels. I forget what I used to watch when I was a kid in the 80s. Let's see if this thing actually will fly.
Oh, you look to be around my age too, like 40, late 40s.
Just turned 40.
Just turned 40?
Yeah.
Damn.
Mhm.
Like shit, I haven't shaved in friggin' 2 weeks.
Yeah, I grow facial hair pretty quick. Okay, well, that doesn't work. It's bound to my radio, but I can't get it to arm. I wonder why that
Weird.
is. I'll set up my monitor so I can see what it sees.
JSK Enterprise. Hello.
Hey, welcome to the chat. Thanks for hanging out and coming on to see what the heck we're up to. I'm testing out a couple quads I just finished fixing. And I'm actually kind of almost on my way out the door, really, on the whole live stream thing, but I'm getting kind of hungry. And I've been building all day.
Yeah, fine concentration makes you hungry. Takes a lot of energy, especially for that super fine stuff.
What the heck? It's flashing voltage on my thing. And yeah, nothing works. Like it's not connected to my radio, but it is. That's so weird. My RSSI is working, but for some reason, it's flashing a battery voltage like it's supposed to be a 2S or something. It's like flashing 4.7, 4.7, 4.7, 4.7. Battery doesn't even go up to 4.7. Something's wrong. If it ain't something wrong, it's something right. Hopefully. That's the way it's supposed to go. go back and look at the YouTube chat. Yeah, it's just the three of us, buddy. Not too many other people in the chat today.
Well, Roger's probably taking a nap.
Roger?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because he goes on at 8 o'clock tonight.
Yeah, and I think that's like 6 or 5 my time or something. I forget what time he usually goes on at. It's
Well, it's 6:25 here right now. That's what, 2:25 for you or 3:25?
3:25 right now, yeah.
Oh yeah, there's 3 hours difference. That's right.
So I wonder, am I not just having this set up properly? 'Cause my modes... Hey, it didn't save my modes. That's what happened. That's weird. They didn't save my mode. What did I do wrong? Whoops. I know I saved this. Oh, 5. So 4 is that. Okay, cool. Whatever works for that. So disconnect. Oh yeah, something wrong with the battery too, that's right.
So yeah, this is the chest strap thing I've been using.
Oh, you have to give me a minute. I'm
Yeah.
on the
Oh, yeah.
beta thing. I don't really see the chat right now. Sorry. Huh. I don't know why it's giving me issues like that. Wow, why is it reading 4.9? It's so weird. Huh. Alright, what were you going to show me?
Here's a little chest strap thing for the phone.
Oh, wow. So it's a stabilizer as well, is it? Or no?
No, it literally just
Oh, okay.
some
it just holds it out.
elastics that go over the shoulders,
Yeah.
but it bounces so much,
Yeah, right.
and it's just cheap plastic.
Mm,
Friggin' trying to do anything recording with that is a pain in the butt.
yeah, no doubt.
Like I did a walk around there earlier, and at least I got a recording in today, and I posted it. But yeah,
see if this will work. Kind of need something taller. Hold this up. Maybe that's kind of funny. Let's give it a little bit more height.
This stuff's my lifeblood in the friggin' summer when it's hot.
No kidding, right? What's the temperature out there right now?
It's not really that bad. I think it's about 30, maybe 30.
Okay.
I'll check here in a second.
Oh,
24 feels like 29 with the Humidex.
I just put emu flight on it. It still has the beta flight logo. And yeah, it still doesn't want to arm. That's so weird. I wonder why it won't arm. Strange. Alright, well that's going to have to take some more playing around with later. Maybe I'll just put beta flight back on it. Huh. When you're lying, you're dying. Alright, now it's time to try this other one. I'd rather be. Whoops. All the motors work.
Awesome.
Sweet!
It sounded like it was saying, wow, wow, wow.
It was saying wow, wow.
It was alive.
Wow, wow, wow. Perfect. Success in one stage at least. This other little guy is going to take some time to play around with. It's such an old board that, like, I think it's like at least a 2 or 3 year old board. But back in those days, a couple of years ago, not back in those days, but those things actually lasted. Nowadays, you buy electronics and they fail within.
Kathleen, I'm online. Just letting you know. My daughter just came in.
Cool.
She's been out playing Pokemon Go.
Trying to find them.
Sorry, what just got me. Let me feel what just got me.
Jeez.
Big plushie.
Alrighty.
Plushie my daughter just got.
She really found a Pokemon. Like, really found it. Like a real one. Like a real, not real one.
Which way is up?
There.
And here's the other one she got.
Cute. All right. Well, thanks a lot for coming on, Blind Neil. I will probably see you
Yeah,
on
not a
another
problem.
chat stream somewhere else along the lines today, or maybe another day.
Thanks for having me out.
No problem. I appreciate you coming in and hanging out.